Hey guys, Mrs. Hoy's checking in here for you today. It's Thursday. Today's activity, I am going to do the song Down by the Bay in, I think it was just the older kids packet. I don't think I put it in the younger kids packet. I had you guys come up with your own verse to Down by the Bay. Now that's something that we would have sang when we were maybe in kindergarten and first grade. And I realize that's probably an easy activity for you, but you can come up with more than one verse. If you came up with a couple, that'd be pretty cool. For the younger kids, if you want to try doing this activity, even though it's not on one of the activities that I sent home, I would love to hear your guys' extra verse. So the secret for you younger kids is if you are creating a verse to Down by the Bay, you are going to have to come up with words that rhyme. So words that rhyme like bat and hat, snake, rake. And I want you guys to be creative. I don't want you to use any of the ones that I've come up with, like the two that I just shared. I don't want you to use the ones that are already in the song. And I'm going to post a link to Hap Palmer's YouTube page to the link of his Down by the Bay that uses different instruments in his. I don't want you to use any of those. I want you to try to come up and be creative and come up with something completely on your own. And then what I would like for you guys to do is to send your verse, a picture of it. You can send a picture of what you write. And what would be even better is if you drew a picture, because I'm going to show you pictures with mine. So if you could draw a picture with your extra verse underneath it, you can send that picture through Remind, or I'm really going to stress to you guys to use the Seesaw app, and I will talk a little bit about that app after I get done with this video, okay? So those are the two things that I am going to ask for you guys of today. So before I get started, I'm going to do my shout out of the day. Yesterday's challenge was, there was two pictures. There was a picture of a quarter and then a guy kind of in a hammock, and that he was resting. So the answer was quarter rest. That one was pretty easy. And I have to give the shout out to another third grader. Third graders are rocking the shout outs lately. And the shout out goes to Jack M. Woohoo! Congratulations, Jack. Round of applause. He got the correct answer. He was the first one with the correct response. So good job to you, Jack. And then before I go, I'm also going to mention I plan on going on YouTube Live tomorrow, and I'm going to explain a little bit about what I'm kind of thinking about with that as well. So let's just get started, and I'm going to sing Down by the Bay, and then I will add my extra verse at the end, and it's going to come off the top of my head because I haven't thought about it yet. So the first one, the song goes like this. Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say, have you ever seen a pig wearing a wig? Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say, have you ever seen a bear combing his hair? Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say, have you ever seen a bee with sunburnt knees? Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say, have you ever seen a snake eating a cake? Down by the bay, where the watermelons grow, back to my home, I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say, have you ever ever seen a ghost eating some toast? Down by the bay, down by the bay, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say, have you ever seen a moose kissing a goose? Down by the bay, down by the bay, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say, have you ever seen a whale with a polka-dotted tail? Down by the bay, down by the bay, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say, have you ever seen a llama wearing pajamas? Down by the bay, down by the bay, where the watermelons grow. Back to my home I dare not go, for if I do, my mother will say, have you ever seen a bat wearing a hat? Down by the bay. So that was mine. That's my mystery verse. Mine is, have you ever seen a bat wearing a hat? And I can also draw a picture if I wanted to. Maybe I will, and I can post it to Seesaw. Okay, so there's a couple of things I'm going to talk to you guys about. First, with Seesaw, if you prefer to use Remind, this is kind of more for your parents, but if you prefer to use Remind, I'm okay with that. But if this, the school closing turns out to be a longer deal than just a couple weeks, I would really prefer to touch base on Seesaw. And the only reason why is because the students can send me videos and pictures and lots of other things that Remind does not offer. And llamas, yep. And so what you would have to do as a parent is download the Seesaw class app. Some of the fifth and sixth graders, fourth, fifth, and sixth graders, honey, I'm talking right now, so you have to wait a minute. Some of the fourth, fifth, and sixth graders already have a Seesaw account. The parents do, and that's the Seesaw Journal. And the journal is more so for the parents can see what the kids are doing in class. So if I were to post a picture, I could post it in my class, and the notification would go to you in the family Seesaw app. So right now, 4, 5, 6 parents, you guys mostly just have the family app. If you could download the class app on an iPad, if you have one, or if your kiddo has some type of tablet, you can download the class app on their tablet and sign them in using the code I sent out. The codes usually only last an hour, so if this is something you want and you've already missed the hour from when I sent out the message on Remind today, go ahead and send me another message through Remind, and I can send you another code. So you can go ahead and do that, touch base with me, and I would love to get you my kiddos in my music class. This will also work, so if you have multiple kids that are in my music class, if you just have one kid, download the app, I can touch base with all of them. So if you have 3 kids in grades K through 6, if you just have one student have that app, then I can touch base with them just through that one app. So they can post through their siblings' accounts. That's fine. I would really love to get as many people on the Seesaw as I can, just because it's an easier tool to communicate back and forth then go, honey. Than just Remind. So that's an option. If you just only prefer Remind, I'm okay with that. It just gets to be a little bothersome trying to go between the parents and the kids. So I'm just trying to ease it on the parent side. If you want to get notifications of what your child is posting in Seesaw, I can send you a QR code that you can scan in the family Seesaw app. and you can see what your child is doing on that end. I hope that makes sense and clears it up a little bit. If not, again, send me an email or send me a message to remind. Okay. Yes, Domino's. Yes. Okay, so here's the other thing I want to talk to you guys about. I would love to touch base with my kids more than just me posting videos on YouTube. And I'm thinking about doing a YouTube live tomorrow, and my live will start at 2 o'clock. And it's just to kind of check in with who's watching my videos and touching base with some of the kiddos. So if you want to mark that on your calendars, then I can put a message through Remind and Seesaw that I will be going live tomorrow at 2 o'clock. This is just to get ideas from the kids, what they would like me to do, what they'd like to see. Yes. Okay. Go ahead. And just to see what they would like for me to do, or if they just want to say hi, or what they've enjoyed about my videos, things like that. So 2 o'clock on Friday, and I'm only planning on doing it for about half an hour, if that. So mark that on your calendars. I'd love to do that. So that will be my video for the day. I won't post any other videos for Friday. I'm just going to go live and touch base with my students and see how things are going for them, if they have questions on some of their assignments that I have sent out, anything like that. So I'm going to end today with another brain buster. I will do another mystery artist soon. I just have to think of a really good one that's going to trick you guys, because I think I've been too easy on you guys. This one might be a little bit trickier of a brain buster. It is a musical instrument. So here's the picture. I'm going to leave it up there just for a minute. You can also pause the video and really look at it if you want. Okay? So it's a musical instrument. See if you can figure out what that musical instrument is. All right. And again, the first person who responds back to me, either email, Remind, Seesaw. I keep track of it. I write it down every day. If you know what it is, send me that message, and I usually tell that person if they're the winner. Okay, so I usually say, winner, winner, chicken dinner. So go ahead and send me your answers, and I look forward to having a YouTube live session with my K6 students. All right, I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Bye.